So one thing I decided when I was starting this process with Clay was that I would tell people the good and the bad, and today was bad. It was just hard. Everything's good now, but hearing that um, they were not able to get Clay to eat was not something I could handle. Um, I've spent 14 years of Clay's life feeding him in ways that people have criticized us, and um, just basically we've heard everything from, well, why don't you just make him eat that, or he can eat that if he would get hungry enough, and the old school theory behind food. So when I called today to Clay's there at Clay's house, of course he's not eating like he would be if he was with me, and part of that's good. Part of it's I want him to have to go through a little reform and change of trying new foods, but part of me is also as his mom, I think of him hungry, and it just makes me sick. But this is just, it's part of the process, and I have to work through it. But for those of you who don't understand what it's like as a special needs mom, it's hard to understand that your kid is 1,500 miles away and you can't protect him. You can't be there with him every second. And I have been his whole 14 years. I've always been able to know what he's doing and help him. But this is just another reason why, Julie and I met for 2 hours today with a Ronan, or an architect, to try to build this house, because how much easier would it be if I could go to Clay's house right now and tell him and tell the nurses this is exactly the kind of foods he eats and here's how he eats, and they can work with that. Well, I can't do that. He's in Arkansas, and it's not their fault. They're adjusting to Clay just like, every other patient they have, and so it's all taken care of and he will be fine. But it's just another reminder of why, this journey, it sucks. And when people tell me, relatives included, I'm rolling my eyes because it pisses me off, honestly, that I've had relatives close to us say, well, I've just never seen Clay throw a temper tantrum before, or I've never seen him be that violent at you. And, well, they don't see what goes behind our closed doors, and just to understand that this is, Zach and I would never put Clay in a situation where he was this far away for not a good reason. He's there because he needs help, and because we couldn't, continue to live with him the way he was acting. So I guess the good and the bad of today is that Clay's fine, he's safe, everything's okay. But just as a special needs parent, and even as a teacher, like it's hard because people are constantly giving you advice on what you should do for your kid, and tell you what they think would help, or helpful advice, and just to know that as a person looking from the inside on this, don't do that to people, especially people with special needs kids. Even if you see somebody in the grocery store and it's a bigger kid with a pacifier, don't judge people on their parenting, and just think about all the stuff that's going on behind their closed doors that you don't know about, because if anything with this process has taught me is you have to be strong for your family, and you have to work hard for how you know is the best way to protect yourselves, and other people looking in can't tell you that. So I just wanted to make this video today to raise the awareness of, again, why Zach and I are working so hard to build Proactive Living Facility with Julie and Rich and Shauna and the other members of the board, because it would be, I don't want any other mom from the state of Montana to have to send her kid 1,500 miles away to get the treatment they need. They should be able to get that treatment in Montana, and that's what we're working so hard with, building this house for Clay and for others like him for the future to come. But I promised myself that I would share the good, the bad, and the ugly, and today was bad for me, and I hope, I have more good days than bad, but it's just part of our life. So anyway, those of you who are thinking of Clay, he's doing well, and I'll keep you updated.